This is television for the Isles of Scilly, brought to you with Worldwide Financial Planning, Truro and Penwith College, and the Scilly Lottery. From Radio Scilly, this is scillytv.com.
Walk Scilly is an annual event, obviously based around walking. It's in its 5th year this year, and happens between the 2nd and the 9th of April, which is just over 2 weeks away. And it is, it's a walking festival. Every day we have a series of walks happening across all 5 islands, one happening in between the islands, hopefully, and it's a great opportunity to come and visit Scilly. In its original concept, the idea was to create an event which kick-started the season every year, and hence the event moves around a little bit depending on where Easter falls.
Okay.
Because the later Easter, the later the season tends to start to get going. The earlier Easter, sometimes when Easter's too early, it's harder to start the season then. But so Walk Scilly this year, 2nd to 9th of April, because Easter's quite late, it's spring, and the whole idea of the event is to kick-start the season here in Scilly.
Is it just plainly coastal walks, or is it across the islands as well?
No, it's everywhere. It's across all 5 islands, and it's coastal walks, inland walks. It's walks ranging from looking at fortifications on the garrison here on St Mary's, to foraging for wild food on St Martin's, to looking at the interior of Briar, to an inter-island walk at the low tide midweek during the course of the festival. We have people. A lot of our guides are here, based in Scilly. Like Catherine Sawyer and George Tiedemann, and to name 2.
And there's a lot more.
And others that come from the mainland. We've got guides coming from English Heritage this year. A chap from the Natural History Museum, a well-known photographer that does a lot of photography here at the islands, coming, and Rachel Lambert, who does the wild food walks with a business based in Penzance. So there's a good breadth of different types of walks happening, and the important thing at this stage, only 2 weeks away, is that I understand that there's a lot of people coming to Scilly, hopefully during that first week of April, who might not yet have heard of Walk Scilly, but it's important for us now here on islands to communicate to our guests that are staying that week that there's a great event to enjoy. Walks can be signed up on the morning, and we're going to have a marquee down on Holgate Green where the headquarters will be based, and people just pop in there in the morning, work out which walk they want to do that day or the next day, look at the weather, make sure it's working for us. Last year it worked against us, hopefully, touch wood, this year it works for us, and embark upon an interesting morning or afternoon or full day.
So what we need to do then really is just keep the campaign moving, if you like, making people aware of what the event, or when it's taking place and how they can get involved, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, our core strategy of communicating Walk Scilly has been away from Scilly for the moment, to encourage people to come to Scilly to visit. We've had a lot of press coverage, the website gets a lot of hits on a weekly basis, and through using the medium of island marketing and Mercury PR, we've had a lot of articles out there encouraging people to engage with Walk Scilly and come and visit Scilly. Now the shift of that will happen in the next couple of weeks. We'll start to make all that's happening more visible and available here on island, to try and engage therefore with all the locals who might want to take part in the walks, and with the visitors who are actually here during the course of that week.
Okay, how's the figures grown since you started this?
Well, when we first started 5 years ago, the number of walks were about 20 walks. This year and last year it's around about the 50 mark. The amount of people on those walks have gathered from 100 to 600, 700, 800 walks. People taking up walks being
an individual
booked.
Booked.
Yeah, so it might be the same individual booking 10 walks, it might be 50 individuals booking 50 walks. But the bookings for walks, and bookings are coming in steadily all the time now. People are booking in advance, paying in advance, and they're engaging with Walk Scilly on a daily basis.
That's a good positive sign, isn't it?
And it's very positive. It's like all these events, it is very weather dependent, this one in particular. And the important thing now is for all the guest houses and bed and breakfasts and self-catering to engage with this and communicate this onward to its customers who are particularly staying that week. We'll help with that. There'll be a lot of leaflets and brochures arriving in the next week to help promote that on island. There's a full programme and brochure coming out, which is an 18-page piece that has all the walks in it, and that'll be widely available on Holgate Screen at the TIC. And there'll be leaflets available from all the departure points. There'll be leaflets at Newquay Airport, at Penzance, on the boat, which coincides with starting the start of Walk City. We'll slowly be sailing again at Land's End Airport. In fact, I know that Jackie from the Art City Travel will be at Newquay Airport during the course of the Walk City week and be posting it from there to the people that are coming to Scilly that week, so they know about it, and it will enhance hopefully their visit to Scilly during the course of that week. We also have the Folk Festival going on at the same time, which provides great entertainment in the evening. So it just doesn't stop when the sun goes down, although we do have a couple of evening walks as well, a bat walk and a ghost walk as well, which adds a bit of entertainment to the evening. So the Folk Festival's on full, and all the details of the Folk Festival are in our programme as well, all the gigs and venues and times. We're all in there, so you can. It's a one-stop shop programme, and then the whole week finishes with the Scilly 10, the run, the 10-mile run in aid of the Children's Hospice Southwest Precious Lives Appeal. So that makes a very nice ending to it as well. And the three slightly separate events, separately managed events, have come together and sort of under one umbrella will provide a great week here on Scilly.
Well, it sounds like a jam-packed week, to be fair.
Hopefully, yeah, it is. There's a lot going on. And we hope as many people as possible enjoy the lot.
Well, thank you very much for coming to see me. Are you going to come in again, hopefully next week?
Yes,
have a chat and see how it's going and
Yeah.
see how the bookings are going, that sort of thing, and what final preparations are being made.
Yeah, absolutely, and all the information is on our website, walkcity.co.uk. You can download booking forms, the walk programmes, and there's no reason not to know exactly what's happening. But if you're coming to Scilly and you're here on Scilly, locals and visitors alike can enjoy it. There'll be information around, and things can be booked on a daily basis. And if the weather's really good, there's no excuse not to take part in a host of great walks.